Hey y'all, it's your girl ShesLoc'd and I'm back with another video. So in this video we're going to talk about the cons of having mature locks, because a lot of people always, oh, my locks are mature, they're longer. They don't really talk about the cons of having like longer locks, the cons of having mature locks. Like, I look at pictures from like a year ago, 2 years ago, and I absolutely miss my baby locks. Mind you, I'm almost 3 years. In 2 months I'll be 3 years with my locks, and don't let this video fool you. I absolutely love my locks and I love that my locks are mature. But when I look back at pictures and I see like my baby locks, I automatically start missing my baby locks, because I just remember rushing my baby phase, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want my locks to be longer now. You know, I want to wake up and my locks are mature. And now that I'm mature, and now I'm just like, I want to go back to the baby phase. Like, it's so... So I got some notes here because I wanted to make sure that I touch base with majority of the things that I was thinking about, you know, to make this video. So my first one is baby locks are easy to manipulate. So certain styles that you do on your mature locks is harder to do because your locks are so dense. And when you do the style, like, you have locks sticking up everywhere. But when you have baby locks, you literally can, like, because your locks are softer, you literally can manipulate it to the style that you want it to be. Now, it might not be long enough yet for certain styles, but you literally can manipulate your baby locks to whatever style that you want to have. My second thing is getting buildup, or aka lint, out of your baby locks is so much more easier when they're in the baby phase other than when they're in the mature phase, because when they're mature, your locks are dense, everything is like tight together. But when you're in the baby lock phase, like, you could easily take a clarifying shampoo and wash out like the buildup that you have in the shaft of your locks. Or if you see lint in your locks, you could easily take your finger and take it out, because your locks are softer and they're not mature yet. So that's an easy thing to do. The next thing is certain styles that you do in your baby lock phase don't hit the same when you in your mature phase. Like, one of the styles that I used to love to do is the pineapple. And of course, like, a lot of people do pineapple, I even have a video of that. But I feel like when I do my pineapple, it just drops. Like, gravity works against it and it just drops. I loved when I did my pineapple and it used to just sprout. Like, it was going towards the sun. It was going, you know, out. I absolutely love that. But now that they're longer, a lot of my styles just drop down because of gravity, of course. But it's not that fun. Like, I do get a lot of fun styles out of my mature locks, but it's not as fun when you have mature, when you used to have baby locks. Like, I feel like it was so much funner. Another con of having mature locks is your locks literally get stuck everywhere. Like, my locks aren't super long, don't get me wrong, they're not super long. I would say my locks are a medium, because it comes to about, you know, right here. But they still be getting caught places, and I can imagine if they get longer. When they get longer, they're gonna get caught everywhere. And sometimes when I do like my high buns and I get in the car, I hit my high bun on the car door, and I'm just like, my locks are like medium. Just imagine when they get to like waist length, they're gonna get caught in literally everything. And then, like, you get food caught in your hair because, like, they're longer, more mature. Then you got to worry about picking that out because your locks are more dense and stuff like that. So another con about having dense locks is, and longer locks, is they break your face out. Like, I used to put, you know, oil on my scalp, and then I used to like put oil on my hand and like do the praying method and put it on the shaft of my locks. But I stopped doing that because I seen that that was breaking my face out. And our hair already breaks our face out because, you know, of its oils and stuff like that. It doesn't mix with our face. Our face skin is more sensitive. And, you know, in our locks, when they get more mature, that means all your dead hair, aka your loose hairs, all dropped in the lock. So you have all this dead hair in your lock, and it's touching your skin. Like, that breaks you out easily. So this next one I have is baby locks are so fluffy, and then like your mature locks are like dense and they just boom. Like, I absolutely missed my fluffy baby locks. Like, I had such thick baby locks. They were so thick, and then like the sizing changed once my locks got more mature because they got more dense. And I was just like, oh, like that kind of sucks because I love thick locks. I love thick locks. Like my locks aren't skinny or anything, but they were so thick as baby locks. Like I absolutely miss when they were fluffy. Oh. So another con with having mature locks is when you have maintenance to do to your locks, it's so much harder because your locks are dense, such as getting your locks combined. Like I got my locks combined when they were, you know, pretty mature, and they started splitting. Now I have a 2-head dragon. But when you have baby locks and you combine your locks, they're still soft, so you literally could do what you want with your baby locks. Of course you use like the tool, or you can 2-strand twist them, but the tool is like faster. So when you use the tool in your baby locks, like it locks and then all the hairs grow together. But when the locks is already dense, it's so hard. Like using the tool doesn't even matter, because getting the tool through your lock to begin with is hard because it's, you know, your locks are harder and more dense. So when it comes to maintenance, you have to work differently when you have more mature locks. And this last con I have is going to be a little contradicting because yes, I've bleached my hair a couple times, but I'm talking in general. Locks are already more dry than loose natural. So I feel like as you're in the baby lock phase, your hair isn't as dry because it hasn't transitioned to like the lock phase. And when your hair gets to the lock phase, I feel like it gets more dry and dry because you have all this dead hair within the locks. So because we know, like, you know, all your hairs fall in the locks, so now you have like all this extra hair that is in your locks, so that makes your locks even drier. And then when it comes to, you know, a moisture routine, sometimes like your baby lock moisture routine might not work for your mature lock routine. So I feel like it's hard to find things that work for your hair, especially in your mature phase, because you don't want buildup, and you know it's hard to come out of your locks. So anybody that asks me while they're in the baby phase what advice that I have for them now that I'm in the mature phase is definitely trust the process, but don't rush the process. Like a lot of people that are matured with their locks now miss their baby phase, and to tell you the truth, the time flies by. Like I was rushing it. I was like, oh my gosh, when is it gonna lock? And then I stopped paying attention to it. And when I stopped paying attention to my locks is when they started, you know, flourishing and doing what they do. And then they got mature, and now I look back at pictures. So definitely don't rush the process. It goes by so fast. Just like hug your locks, your baby locks tight, because literally it goes by so fast. If you guys have anything that you want to drop in the comments to add on to this video, if you have any concerns or questions, anything, you could drop it in the comment box below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this is your vibe, please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.